So the PLT is our precision leadership team. So it's a focus group led by seniors and principals across the office, focused on driving sales activity.
Yeah, I think one of the first things we wanted to introduce was really focus around that sales environment within the office. I think some of the things we committed to straight away at the start of the year was stand-ups in the morning, make sure everyone knows exactly what it is that their plan for the day is, whether that's certain numbers they've got to hit, whether that's jobs they've got to fill, just so the actions are pretty clear for the office and it keeps everyone accountable and also kind of drives that sales environment straight off the bat. I think alongside those things like the sales days, I think we trialled a really good one kind of prior to Christmas. Best one I think we've had done so far. So I think the idea is that we have the planning in place to make sure that those sale days are effective as possible, but also drive a pretty fun environment to work in as well.
And the onus was on us, to drive that rather than being purely top down.
Exactly.
So training and development is another huge area of focus for the PLT. A couple of examples of that would be seniors and principals in the office leading espresso sessions. So everyone invited, they're very, kind of hot topic, quick things that people can implement, as soon as in day. We're also rolling out a mentorship/buddy scheme, which, encourages things like cross-pollination. So people in different markets sort of liaising with each other, sharing their problems, sharing their challenges, sharing tips of ways, I guess, people can, enhance their own days and their own desks. And finally, we also have, more relaxed, coaching and training desk side as well. So people will know through, these sessions who the experts are in office, so that if they get a situation that they're a little bit unfamiliar with or unsure of, they can go ahead and, kind of seek advice on the floor straight away.
Yeah. I think on top of that as well, we've started to implement a 12-week training program that the PLT are going to lead. So I think that gives us quite a good opportunity to train with different people from different sides of the business that they might not kind of usually have too much face time with. So some of the guys that work in the mission critical side, working with some of the tech guys at training standpoint and vice versa. And that's going to be headed up by the PLT and driven by us. So there's a little bit more kind of face time with the consultants as well. Goal setting was another massive topic within the PLT meetings. I think coming into the year, we wanted to make sure that everyone had both personal goals, business goals. So straight off the bat, we did a big session across the office at the back of the room where everyone kind of wrote down what their personal goals and their professional goals were for the year. The idea behind that is that I think as people tick things off, whether it's buying a house, certain amount of money saved or whatever it is, personal or professional, we can kind of throughout the year go up and celebrate those goals as much as, let's say, doing a deal or some deal generating activity. I think it's really important that we celebrate everyone's kind of personal goals as well as they happen, to make sure that we're kind of keeping those ticking over and using those to motivate people as well, both in their kind of MBRs and kind of all business reviews really as well.
Yeah, it works as a really good exercise to, I guess, encourage collaboration generally, because, everyone's kind of burrowing away, working on their own goals, but sharing them creates an enhanced level of accountability as well, personal and professional. I think it's probably important to note that some of the goals are more short-term as well and snappier. And again, like you mentioned, some will be longer term and talking about, house deposits and things like that. So acts as a really good, encouraging exercise.
Inside socials and incentives, again, was a hot topic for the PLT. I think what we wanted to make sure is that everything this year has been completely mapped out. So the guys know exactly what kind of incentives we've got, whether that's the holiday target, whether that's lunch clubs, whether it is something kind of non-drinking, whether it's an activity outdoors, whatever it is. Having something in place, the guys know they've constantly got something to work towards. I think we did a lot of work about identification around those as well this year. So looking at what kind of really drives people, what types of incentives are actually drivers for people. I think it'd be quite easy to kind of centre around kind of one certain activity rather than actually going, right, okay, what is it of interest to everybody in the office or for the different groups in the office. So that's something we put a focus on, we put it in place, and hopefully we'll see the kind of fruits of and the rewards of that kind of over the course of the year.
Yeah, for sure. So I think the PLT was the driving force behind actually gathering that feedback from, consultants, non-sales folks on the floor, and, kind of compiled that and got a good gist of what people are actually interested in, and not making assumptions So yeah, no, I think it should be a fun future ahead. So as the PLT, we are accountable to the board and the rest of the folks in the office to make sure we execute this plan. So meeting bi-weekly or monthly to make sure that we are on track, and ultimately making sure that, I guess, we are, moving in the right direction, making sure all of our staff are moving in the right direction. And yeah, I'm excited to see how, the rest of the year pans out.
So am I.